has come. For 300 years, we prepared, we grew stronger. While you rested in your cradle of power.
So ever since Ricky Gervais gave that speech at the Golden Globes, there really hasn't been too much change, but there's been a little bit. Right around the same time, I don't think anyone noticed, but Jim Carrey decided to say he's not going to do any more political paintings. If you go and look at his Twitter timeline, and I'll show you in a minute, it's full of paintings about Orange Man and all kinds of stuff. That's all his Twitter feed is, actually. Kind of like trying to signal to his buddies in Hollywood that he's still looking for work or something. But recently, for Sonic the Hedgehog, one thing that I've noticed is that his promotions for the movie, where he's doing interviews, he seems actually kind of happy, and he's having a good time explaining the movie. It's really nice to see. In fact, check out this clip right here.
Do you know who that is? That's the Grinch. And I go.
And all of his promotional videos and interviews for Sonic the Hedgehog have been like that. Fun. Him having a good time, talking about stuff, going over the past like he did for the Grinch right there. I don't know how many of you know this, but Jim Carrey used to be a happy-go-lucky guy and kind of funny. And then, of course, TDS hit, and he went a little insane, like most people. But it seems like maybe he's pulled himself out of the dreadful zone and maybe wants to go back to doing what entertainers should do. Entertain.
No shit.
If we go and look at his Twitter timeline, it's actually right now the most recent one is a painting to Kobe Bryant, promotion for his movie. And that's really it. Now, as of December 22nd, he was still going on with TDS stuff. But all of a sudden, he stopped. And he's given some clarification on that. Bounding into comics with an article here. Jim Carrey backtracks on political statements while promoting upcoming Sonic the Hedgehog film. It's never been a matter of hating anyone. That's the big thing. Jim Carrey's been very big Mr. Activist mode. And he seems to be cutting that down. It's a very big difference between the way that they're doing Birds of Prey promotional stuff, like Ewan McGregor's been doing, where he's running around talking about how great it is to be woke. Whereas Jim Carrey's running around doing interviews talking about how he likes playing video games with his grandson and doing funny faces for an old movie. It's a big difference. And I wonder how this will help the movie, at the end of the day. Maybe a little. Sonic the Hedgehog's already gained a bunch of goodwill with people ever since they changed the design of the character, and I think that's good. Birds of Prey, though, has been nothing but woke nonsense for all of the promotional stuff revolving around that film. So it'll be good to compare the two because they come out relatively close to each other. I wish they were launching on the same weekend, to be honest. I think Sonic the Hedgehog would absolutely destroy it. But anyway, Sonic the Hedgehog actor Jim Carrey is backtracking on his multitude of political statements he's made over the past couple of years while promoting the upcoming film. In an interview with Yahoo Entertainment at the end of January, Carrey indicated he will no longer be creating his political paintings and sharing them to social media. He stated, "To me, that was like a time, and it's been a time, where I just wanted to be the lighthouse that was saying, hey, stay off the rocks, you're headed for the rocks." Carrey continued, "We're still headed for the rocks, but I've decided you understand my message. I don't need to be steeped in it anymore. I think after a while, you get stuck in that kind of stuff." Continuing, Carrey claims his paintings are an attempt to encourage Americans to exercise their vote and be a citizen, and has explained his paintings aren't about hating anyone. "What I want to tell people is it's never been a matter of hating anyone. I can sit down with anybody in this country and break bread. I love people. To me, I think we all got tricked by politicians and by weird corporate concerns to believe that disagreement is hatred, and I will never go for that." I actually think I agree with that totally. You should be able to disagree with people. And politicians and corporations are for sure shady entities. And I agree with him there. And I think he might have pulled himself back and maybe come to the light, had a come to Jesus moment and said, look, I'm just sitting here getting TDS and just driving my fans away. Maybe I should just entertain and make people happy because it makes me happy? I don't know. I don't know. All I know is when I see him in interviews, he seems happy. He's promoting the movie. He seems like he's having fun. And then you read something like this where he says, I'm done being political, basically. Who knows if it'll keep up? Maybe this is just for the movie. I hope I'm wrong, though. I'd like to go back to the day when entertainers would just entertain me and not try to lecture me. You know, like, I think entertainment is very important because it gets your mind off craziness. When you're always locked into craziness, it just drives you crazy. And I'm happy to see some people seem to be regaining their senses. This makes me want to see Sonic the Hedgehog even more, to be honest. I got to tell you, you got him going and saying, hey, maybe we should all just relax a little bit. You've got a company going forth and like doing goodwill, changing something because the fan base didn't like it. I like all of this stuff. It makes me want to see this movie. Will the movie be good? I don't know. Maybe it'll be a terrible movie. But I'm going to go see it because I like everything that everyone's saying around it. I'm not being called a piece of trash. The company has actively tried to please fans and customers. And Jim Carrey seems to have regained his senses. All things I like. So we'll see what happens. It'll be interesting to see how he acts after all this is done. But nonetheless, I like what he's saying right now. That's pretty much it, guys. Let me know what you think about all this. I'd like to hear your thoughts. Do you think Jim Carrey has come back to like the normal people? Do you think he's got his senses back? Let me know what you think. Also, throw a like up, share the video, make sure you're still subscribed. Subscribe if you're new, and hit that notification bell. As always, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, take a moment, make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. There's something going on right now, and they've been unsubscribing people. So just take a second and double check on that, and subscribe if you're new.